Look how sad. Ooh.
왜 같이 그니까 무서워가지고 긴장돼. 아니야 나 안 할래. 왜? 마지막인데. 왜? 아니 그냥 다들 아낄래. 진짜 쉽지 않아.
Are untucked, your trousers are not properly pressed. You are reported for a uniform violation. Had enough for the whole loop? Isaac, go fetch another kind of gunpowder from your armory shed.
No, you left me a letter of resignation. Over.
Dear Scoutmaster Ward, I am very sad to inform you I can no longer be involved with the Khaki Scouts in North America. The rest of the troop will probably be glad to hear this. It is not.
Non-violent rescue operation. Your mission is to find him, not to hurt him under any circumstances. Am I making myself understood?
Oh my god. Thank you. What's this? Oh yay, thank you. How much? I forget. I'll just tell you later. Okay. Okay, bye. Thanks, honey. Bye.
Has he suffered any injury or trauma of any kind?
He's fine. Pretty good. Fastest way would be seaplane. Jen can bring.
So I sat down, right? Wanting to draw something, wanting to, you know, make a new illustration along the lines of my little demon runway people, the ones that I was working on in my last vlog. And, you know, I don't know. Lately I've been feeling a little bit restless, a little bit anxious maybe. And it sucks. It sucks to feel this way when, you know, the past couple months, past few weeks, whatever, have felt, you know, pretty good in terms of creativity, and I felt like I was flowing, and I felt good, and I was making lots of stuff that I liked. So it sucks to be coming into this and then feeling a little bit anxious. And I don't know what's making me feel this way. I feel like I have 1,000,001 things that I want to do, and I keep kind of like switching tasks over and over. And I've found myself as well, like checking Instagram and checking my like YouTube stats over and over. And I feel like that's a bad sign, or I feel like that's a sign that I need to like fucking take a second and reevaluate something here. I feel like every day, especially the days that I have a lot of free time, like on a weekend or a day off or something, every hour of my day, I'm feeling like, okay, what can I do? What should I do? I gotta do something. Should I work on this? Should I do this? Which I feel like I've talked about before. But I don't think that's a very healthy way to be viewing my days and my time. And I realize that that's kind of like a, you know, it's how I was raised. It's what society values, you know, productivity. And as much as I talk about, like, you know, being kind to myself and being forgiving and trying not to fall into, like, the productivity anxiety trap, which is, like, what causes me to procrastinate things, I don't think I've been acting on what I preach. You know, I don't think that my mindset has really changed in that way. Like, I still very much feel the need to be productive at all hours of the day, or to always be doing something. And even when I find myself, like, looking for something to do to relax, I can't even, like, figure out what the fuck that is. You know, I'm like, should I just fucking lie on the floor and do nothing? Should I have a bath? Should I play video games? Should I meditate? Should I blah, blah, blah? And it's just like this, even when I'm like trying to like not put the pressure on myself to spend my time in the correct way, it's still there. And I'm like, what the fuck? Why can't I just chill out? I feel like if I'm not engaged in something, if I'm not like actively doing something, then I'm just like frantically like digging through my mind trying to figure out what the fuck is the right move and what I should be doing in this very moment. Hi. I've been hyping myself up to talk to you guys about this all morning. And yeah, I have a lot that I want to say. I have a lot that, like, you know when you have to like talk about something and then you go through it in your own mind before you like actually talk about it? And like it goes really well when you talk about it beforehand, but then when it's time to actually talk about it, you're like, what the fuck was I gonna say? But yeah. Hi, it's Saturday today. Nope, Sunday. And I'm having a hard time. I'm gonna be real with y'all. I was debating whether or not I want to share this. It's not even like I'm prepping it out to be like a huge fucking thing. It's not. But I was debating whether or not I wanted to show times like this when I'm like struggling a little bit and like not feeling great about myself and not feeling like creative and productive and like, you know, uppity and whatever. The things that I would like to be, I guess. But in the same way that I'm, you know, I share my ups, I think it is important to share my downs. I don't know if I'm like underplaying myself by saying like this isn't a big deal, because it's not. I don't know. Whenever I'm going through something, I tend to like underplay it, or whenever I'm like feeling pain or anything like that, I don't want to make a big deal of it. So it's hard to know when something should be taken as more of a big deal or not, you know? Maybe it's one of my like negative self-talk habits that I just like tell myself to get over it kind of thing, and then that's why I don't want to make a big deal out of it. And that's why maybe I want to avoid talking about it. Please ignore my like greasy looking hair right now. It's like a few day old hair because I have yoga this morning, so I was putting off washing it until after yoga because yoga's gonna be very sweaty. What was I saying? I'm sorry. So yeah, I don't know, like this past week has been very meh for me, you know, and that is kind of disappointing because like the weeks leading up to this week, I guess, were very great. You know, I feel like I reached a mental high in like November, December, or like probably more and more like December, early December. And I've just been kind of like vibing off of that for a while. And now I feel like it's kind of worn off. And like obviously you can't be like gliding through life happy and knowing exactly what the fuck you're doing and all that forever. Like you're gonna have your ups and downs. And right now I think I'm hitting a down a little bit. And part of me doesn't even want to admit that because I don't want to be hitting a down, obviously, but some things you just can't avoid. And I think admitting that I'm having a bit of a down period is going to be helpful in moving past it, kind of thing. Yesterday was Saturday, and so I had the whole day of free time. I think I talked a little bit about how I was struggling to, you know, do creative things and do the things that I wanted to do that day. And after I tried like a couple creative things and I really wasn't feeling it, I decided to just like take a step back, and I meditated on like trying to be okay with not being productive. I know like I struggle a lot with my self-worth, and my self-worth is tied very, very closely to my productivity and the things that I can create, and feeling like I'm working hard. They're like very closely interwoven in the threads that make up my core. And I'm really finding the importance of untying those two things, because like you can't expect yourself to be productive every single day of your life. Well, I don't know why I'm tearing up. I did think it was a possibility that I would cry on camera right now. I didn't know if I wanted to like actually do that, because that's very vulnerable. But you know, fuck it. Fuck it. Yeah, anyways, yesterday I was not feeling it. I was feeling very bad about myself because I didn't feel like doing anything I didn't feel like pursuing any of my goals, or I feel like the thought of starting anything or like making anything felt like crippling. So I just sat and, well, I meditated on it. I like took a few breaths. I felt a little bit better. And then I just played video games for the rest of the night. And I played something very immersive. I played Life is Strange. It's very good so far. I played the first 3 episodes last night. And even though I was doing that, I still could not shake the feeling of like worthlessness because I was wasting time, or because I was allowing myself to just like play a video game. And it's very tough being very aware that like this bad feeling is coming from my unhealthy relationship with how I see myself and how I feel like I need to prove to myself that I'm worth something. Even though like I can reassure myself that simply existing makes me worthy. I don't have to do anything and I would still be worthy. So yeah, that's what I did last night, and then I went to bed hoping that, you know, having this break and allowing myself to play video games for the night would enable me to wake up the next morning and be perfectly fine, because I had my break and I should be ready to go the next day. That did not happen. And so I feel like the struggle is getting to me this morning. Yeah. Whenever I get like this, I'm such a, you know, solutions person. Like, if you talk to my team, I'm a very, we all have our little nicknames or whatever, but I'm Dunzo, Lecha Dunzo. Because I just like, you know, being efficient and getting shit done and whatever, you know? So I feel like that reflects pretty strongly in the rest of my life as well, even outside of work. When I'm feeling low, you know, I'm trying to figure it out. I'm trying to be like, okay, what does this mean? Where is this coming from? What can I do? What can I change to get myself back on it and back to like doing the fucking shit that needs to get done or that I want to get done? or whatever, or that, in my view, getting these things done will mean that I'm worthy again of love and of, respect and all those other things. But I don't think that's the right way to do that. I'm aware that my immediate response to any negative emotions should be looked at, or is, based off of my life up until this point. And I know that if I'm trying to change and have a healthier relationship with myself and my self-worth and grow my self-confidence, I can't just go along with my initial gut response to everything. I need to kind of dive into those things and figure out how my old patterns are coming up and what I can do to help myself through them. And I think it's important for me not to, take such a solutions approach. Because sometimes it's not just something to be fixed, It's something that you just have to take in and sit with. And be stagnant for a little while. Fuck. Ugh. Woo! I have a very complex relationship with crying. Like, I love it. I think it's great. I think it's very, very Lord, I think it's very strong of a person when they can cry openly. But it is hard. It is scary. It's hard to shake the feeling that I'm being weak or I'm playing the victim card by crying openly, which is not what I want. But that's a judgment that I'm putting on myself, that I'm probably projecting on myself or, others when I see other people crying openly. Anyways, what the fuck was I saying? Oh, yeah. I cried a little bit there because I was just thinking about, I have to go to yoga in, an hour and a half. And I've cried a couple times in yoga. During Shavasana, during the last little bit, and they play the very calming music. Oh my god. And emotions have come up during that in the past. So I'm just, anticipating. Oh, man. I'm going with a friend as well. I'm meeting a friend at yoga. So it's a lot. It's a lot. So yeah, anyways. Whew.
Ooh, I need to take a breather for a second. I just blow my nose. Okay, and like, this is so uncomfy for me. It would be uncomfy for anybody, you know? Crying about something and then posting it on the internet, knowing that people that you know are gonna fucking see this. But I think it's like what I'm telling myself to like give me the courage to do this is that I think it's so important to I don't know, show your struggles, because I know that like everybody fucking deals with shit. And even though it's something small, like, or seemingly small, like, you know, having a bad day, other people can relate to that and see that they're not the only ones going through shit, you know? And I feel like especially for me, because I've gone through life, you know, I feel like I've gone through life holding up a persona of like coolness, level-headedness, rationality, or whatever. So it's hard to show this side of myself, but important nonetheless. And the importance of it and the freeing fuck. Oh my god, I'm a mess. It's a mess. The freeing aspect of that is very important. Very important. Jesus Christ. I did not think I would wake up this morning and have a mini breakdown on camera. Did not predict that for myself. I'll tell you that much. So yeah, anyways, holy fuck, this is scary. But yeah, I just think of like people that I've followed over the years who have been courageous enough to show their vulnerability and their struggles and their lows, and how much that has left an imprint on me, and how much it has helped to kind of see people that I look up to or that I respect go through it. And so I, like, me deciding to be vulnerable on the computer and show my life on the computer, this is gonna have to be part of it. And I want this to be part of it, because I can't just, I don't want to just show the good parts, because it's not like that. Thankfully, it is most of the time. I'm very grateful to be like overall, generally, like a happy, healthy, optimistic person. But sometimes it doesn't go that way. And I'm not gonna cut that out. Blah, 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 blah. So, you know, I don't know, the added pressure of like vlogging and like doing fun art things isn't really helping with my complex and unhealthy relationship with productivity. So, you know, this is what it is for this vlog, I think. maybe I'm gonna, take it easy until I feel like I have the space to do something. Like, I don't want to force myself to be productive for the sake of, like, getting good shit for the vlog, If this is what's going on in my life, this is what is gonna happen on the vlog. Welcome. Fuck. Yeah. Wow. I was very scared to sit down and film this, but I knew that after I did, I would feel better. And I do. I do feel better. It's gonna be scary when it comes time to post this. But I got this. I'm brave. I can show myself to the world crying about not feeling like drawing pictures. Ugh. Anyways, not to downplay my own struggles, because they're valid. They're valid. Okay. I'm gonna go to yoga, or I'm gonna finish my coffee, take a fucking chill pill, and then go to yoga. Might cry to my friend about this. I don't know. It'll be awkward. But whatever. Hi, Morg, if you're watching this. I don't know if you watched my vlogs. Okay, let's go.
After today, she's like, you gotta do this.
Yeah.
I mean, this is what you're here to do, and I'm getting to know you like a little bit better and stuff, and this feels right to me.
Yeah, so I feel the same.
Oh, will choose me if any girl even chooses me.
Who's got an idea of who they're going to take? Gonna drop some names? No? No hints? No pressure?
I've been nothing but honest and genuine with her the whole time. And I'm happy with that. Like, she either, at the end of the day, wants to be with me or she doesn't.
Julia's beautiful. She's kind.
Do you think? Alright, this is the plan. I think, you need to go for Kieran. It'll be good, trust me.
You're on. There's blonde. Kieran likes brunette, so it's fine.
Wait, is there just one?
How you feeling? You feeling good?
I'm really good.
Hi, I'm Andy.
And I'm Rachel.
And we're the Fosters.
Good.
First, I'm gonna talk to Joey.
Now's what I have now.
Get on it, girl.
I think Joey's like really likes Julia still though. Same.
Thought I'd sketchbook a little bit. After I, had that little talk with you guys. After just getting that off my chest, I already felt like a little bit lighter. And then going to yoga was nice. It was nice to like do something, exert some energy, and yeah, I tried, taking this day as like very low pressure, very like, just living life, doing stuff, and then treated myself to some fried chicken this evening. And yeah, I felt a little bit of space to try sketchbooking. And I think I'm done now. I did one page and I think I'm done, and that's okay. Oh, right, yeah. Just got off the phone with Brandon. Good to hear his voice, once a day. but I was thinking like I only really kind of realized that I was feeling this way after he had left for work. And this was something that I was talking to my therapist as well about, is that I feel like being able to be alone for 2 weeks at a time, while there's like definitely cons about it, there's a lot of pros, and one of them is being able to reflect and spend that time alone to be introspective, because I feel like when you're in a space with somebody else, there's so many distractions going on, and it's easy to take anything that you feel like you need to kind of reflect on internally and just like brush it under the rug, because you don't really have that time alone to like face that alone, like within yourself, if that makes sense. I feel like the time that I have by myself at home is super valuable to me, and I'm very grateful for it in these past like 5 years or whatever. Being able to like, which like I'm sure that like even if he wasn't working 2 weeks at a time, I would still be doing my own thing, and like we live pretty independent lives regardless, but just like being almost forced to be completely independent for half of my, time has been beneficial to me, and I feel like is a big factor in why I feel like I am the way that I am, or I feel like I'm equipped to think the way that I think sometimes. Just a thought. I feel like the presence of others is like lovely and wonderful and very much needed. Like you need people around you, but sometimes it can just be a distraction, I think, from facing things that are easier to face when you have the time alone, if that makes sense. Hi. So, yeah, I just... sorry. Hi. So, sorry, I'm like out of breath because I was doing a little workout, and then I quit partway through because I realized I was still tired from yoga yesterday. So instead, I decided I'm going to go for a walk. Where's my phone? Sunsets in about an hour, 50 minutes-ish, and I would like to do my Japanese lesson because I'm going to be going to Japan in only a few months now, so it's coming up quick. So it's really, reminding me to get my butt in gear and do my dang lessons. So yeah, I'm gonna walk around, catch the sunset, get some horizontal light in my eyeballs. And yeah, I have my little work day today, and I'm feeling a bit better than this weekend, The weekend was very blah, very pouty, very woe is me. I don't feel like doing anything, and it's okay to, let yourself have those days where you feel sad and bad, but I am feeling better today. I feel like getting into the work week is kind of helping me, helping me push out of that, and yeah, so I'm trying to get myself back in gear now.
If your attention drifts,
So, yeah. Welcome back to my struggle week. Last night I went to go see Avatar, the second one. I went alone. Going to movies alone is something that I really enjoy. It's like a nice little way to feel like I'm kind of treating myself, and I get all like cozy in like a nice recliner chair, because I only go to the movie theaters with the comfy recliner chairs, especially for that movie because it was like over 3 hours long. It was pretty good. Visual wise, it was like insane. Blew my mind. Like I went to go see the 3D one. I usually don't do 3D, but it was like really crazy how the 3D works. Morning.
Yeah, how are you?
Good, how are you? The past like couple weeks, this week it kind of came to a climax, I guess.
Okay.
I guess just like, I don't know, the slowness of January, or the contrast of like coming to a bit of a halt after so many weeks of like feeling so like good and moving forward and like being productive and things like that. This past week I felt like particularly slow and like low energy, and I'm not sure what the cause of that was, but I was trying to like take it in the way that I know is healthy, and like let myself have that time to kind of, I don't know, take rest when I need it, or like when I'm feeling like I don't really feel like being the most productive human. And it was a little like, I kind of fell back into like an old pattern when I first realized it. I gave myself like a day to do whatever, not really do much, play video games, whatever. And then kind of expecting that like the next morning I'll be good to go. And when that didn't happen, I kind of like was like super disappointed. I was like, oh my God, what is happening to me right now? Like, it's been so good up to this point. Like, what is wrong with me? Blah, blah, blah. But like, I realized that like the way that I was framing it wasn't the most healthiest way to do that. Like, I was still viewing it as unproductive bad, productive good. So I like over the past few days I've been like trying to really like speak kindly to myself and like kind of nurture myself and like tell myself that it's okay to, not feel like doing much. And I think that's helped. I feel like since that kind of low point last week or whatever, I've like slowly kind of been getting back on the horse, and I'm feeling like a lot more restored to, take on life and whatever. I don't know, like that first day that I like gave myself the day off or whatever, even though like physically I allowed myself to do nothing, or nothing like productive, or nothing like the way that I see productive, it still felt like super uncomfortable. Like I felt guilty still for taking the time off. And so it makes sense that, that wasn't true restorative time for myself, because it just felt like I was trying to waste time to get this part over with so I could get back to, being productive. And then so I think when that didn't happen for me, it like made me kind of face what was going on underneath that. And so I like looked into things about like self-compassion and self-reliance and things like that. And yeah, became aware that it was very much like just my structure of my beliefs about like productivity and self-worth. So yeah, that kind of like realization or like confrontation with myself and my thinking habits, I think was the point in which I was able to like actually start to be okay with being slower in life. And then from there, just like with that pressure off, it felt like it kind of naturally is, you know, healing itself. Mm-hmm. It's snowing so much outside. It's making me want to cry. Because it's so like, wow. What a symbolic end to my little therapy chapter of my life. Yeah, wow, this vlog has a lot of crying in it. Ah! Thank you. You as well.
Right. Thank you.
Thanks so much. Bye. Yeah, so like I mentioned earlier, that was my last therapy session with the therapist who I've been with for the past 3 months. And I feel like this past chapter of my life has been like so incredibly important and impactful in terms of becoming this like more confident version of myself, more loving, more open, just like all of the things that I want to be. And it's I'm not sad that it's coming to an end, because I'm you know, I feel like I'm ready to kind of move forward, and it's just like kind of this beautiful closing to this chapter that feels very special. Yeah, I feel good. I feel like this is like a very nice, perfect kind of end to especially having felt like pretty down this past week, or like, you know, pretty slow, and that kind of struggle that I had on the weekend. And then now, like the past week, I've been like slowly kind of picking back up and feeling better. And yeah. Man, I cried so hard at the end of that, because just like what got me was like she said that she thinks that I'm a really good person. Which means a lot. Obviously, because I'm fucking crying even now talking about it. But I feel like if you struggle with like your self-worth and wondering if you're a good person or not, just because like in your head you can't help certain thoughts, or you see yourself as unworthy because of, I don't know, certain labels that you're hanging on to, or things that you struggle with,
hearing that from somebody that is like, you know, has been working with you through things, and I like really respect her opinion and stuff like that. Hearing that just made me so happy and valid. And I feel seen. So that was really nice. I'm glad that I caught that on camera. I don't know if I'm gonna include it in the vlog, that part. I don't know, maybe I will, but yeah, I'm glad that I have that to watch again. Cause wow, what a moment. What a moment.
Oh, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Miss Shelley, how about we get us some air?
Yeah. We're gonna get some air. It's under Cohen with